Is Ant-Man the next guy up in the NBA? Then we're going to break down a little bit of this NCAA crazy lawsuit. Lord have mercy. It looks like the athletes are about to get paid and about to be employees, and they're going to get revenue shared with them. And then I got to talk about this Kentucky Derby. I got to talk about the Kentucky Derby. Lord have mercy. That was a crazy ending to the Derby. I appreciate everybody being here. Let's get to this. First thing is, let's talk about as far as the weekend wrap up. Look, Donovan Mitchell put the Cavaliers on his back. I mean, he basically went berserk the last 3 games of the series, but yesterday they're down 18. He turns it on. Cavaliers win and move on to the next round. Now, are the Cavs going to beat the Celtics? No. Did I think that the Magic were going to beat the Celtics? No. But either way, it kind of is what it is. But Donovan Mitchell dominates, 39 points, leads the Cavs to victory in a big-time Game 7. Canelo Alvarez, look, at some point, we got to demand that Canelo fight the people that he needs to be fighting. I don't even know what the purpose. There was more fight in De La Hoya that Canelo had to put up with than what he did on Saturday. That was pathetic. I'm not even sure what the reasoning behind this fight was. Just absolute nonsense. Until he fights Benavidez, nobody cares anymore, Canelo. Nobody cares. Stop doing this nonsense, okay? Stop doing this nonsense. We don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear all the Canelo fans coming out talking about the money's got to be right. He's the A side. He can get paid as much as he wants to get paid. Stop ducking. Period. End of story. Stop ducking. And then the Nuggets, look, let's just talk about it, man. The Nuggets might be in some trouble. The Nuggets might be in some trouble. This is basically what the Lakers couldn't do. Now, I know Jamal Murray's hurt. I understand that. But they don't have anybody to stop Ant-Man. They just don't. This is going to be a problem, man. This is going to be an absolute problem. So I think the Nuggets are going to be in trouble. The Nuggets got to win Game 2. That's all I'm saying. The Nuggets got to win Game 2. If they don't, it's going to be a problem. I don't know that they're going to win the series. I think it can go 7, but the Nuggets got to win Game 2 for this to go 7. They just got to win Game 2. So either way, I love what happened. Again, another great sports weekend. Let's get into this thing, man. As always, remember to like, follow, share, continue to tap the screen on certain platform, and continue to share the live out there. We appreciate everybody showing up today, man. So first thing is Ant-Man. Is he the next guy? Is Ant the next guy up in the NBA? I kind of think that he is. And this playoffs is going to show it. I think he's the next dude. I really think he's the next dude. I just think, especially now, look, it was only one game. So I'm not here. You all know me. I'm not a prisoner of the moment type of person. I say you got to prove it. But he kind of proved it against the Suns, didn't he? I mean, I'm not saying the Suns got this crazy defensive team or anything like that, but he dominated that entire series. There was nobody that could stop him. He just said, I don't care what you do. I'm the best player on the court. Yes, I'm better than Kevin Durant. Yes, I'm better than Devin Booker. We're not even going to put Bradley Beal in the same conversation. So he just showed it. And I love it. I love it. He's brash. He seems to understand the moment. It's okay to be brash, but not humiliating. Like he's not bad-mouthing people. And that's the type of bashing or the type of brash that I like. Be braggadocious. Be confident in who you are. But you don't have to bash somebody else to be that guy. That's Ant-Man. Ant-Man to me is next. Y'all are right. My man, Sports and Trucking. Ant-Man is next. Yeah, I like him. He's developed his game coming into the NBA. Now, don't get me wrong. He has off-night shooting. But everybody has off-night shooting. But he developed his game. Before, first 2 years, he was just a driver. That jump shot was about as suspect as it got. He's developed a jump shot. He's developed the threat. I'm not saying that he can't get better at him. I'm just saying from when he got into the league to right now, his jump shot is miles better. And if he keeps going, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because the athleticism is crazy. So the athleticism is just out of this world. I think AntMan has an opportunity. First of all, is anybody going to deny that he's a first team All Pro this year? First team All NBA. I don't even think that should be if the writers don't vote him first team All NBA, they should do away with All NBA awards. They should just do away with it. Because who is better than him at the 2 guard position? Who was better than him? We can talk about it. I don't think there was anybody that was better than him. So that I'm just saying, man, this series, and I'm not even saying if they win the series, because I don't believe that for you to be the next guy up, if your team isn't as good, that doesn't mean that you're less of a player. Although I do believe that the Timberwolves are going to give the Nuggets all they want. But having said that, I just think he's the next guy. I think it's his time. So, his time. My man, Sports Trucking, we appreciate you, man. He says he's likable. He's humble. He's not humble. He's not humble. But he doesn't it's not a braggadocious humble. He's not bad-mouthing somebody else when he pumps himself up. And I think that's the best way to be. Because I don't believe you have to be humble. I don't think you have to be humble at all. But he's definitely likable. He makes some questionable off-the-court decisions, but don't we all? Don't we all? Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect in this world. So, but that's right. He shows respect, but knows when to flip the switch. That's the whole thing. It seems like he's starting to mature. And isn't that what we all do as 24-year-olds? We start to mature a little bit. We start to get into if you're a man, your grown man strength, your grown man sense. That's kind of what he's doing. I like it. I like it. Ben Tatum says Ant's leadership is what impresses me the most. Yeah, makes everyone else better, publicly backs his teammates. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. My man Pat Cockrell says the NBA is in great hands going forward with all the young stars. I think they kind of are. And we're going to get into this now, and you guys tell me what you think, because I believe that the NBA is kind of over the whole super team. I think the NBA, guys might pair up with other guys if they get a little bit older. But I think the young guys kind of hey, man, we're going to be buddies, but I'm going to go at you every single night. And I'm going to try to beat you every single night. We're getting back to that, which I love. Look, I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a KD fan. I'm a Steph Curry fan. I like that generation. That's my generation. Having said that, guys were too friendly. You can be buddies in the offseason, but on the court, I don't want to see the friendliness. I want to see you going 150 miles per hour at somebody. I don't need the friendliness on the court. I don't need that. I don't want that. And that's Kevin Durant. They do that stuff, man. I don't want to hear it. Bird and Magic. They started to like each other and had a friendship, but they went at each other every night. Every night. Michael Jordan, same way. Every night. Now, different generation, I understand. But just give me something, man. Give me something. So, Craig, he's 22. AntMan's 20. So I thought he was 24. And I'm sure I'm wrong. I thought he was 24. 22. Crazy. So, who's going to be the face of the NBA? It's hard to say. Because here's the thing, like Jokic doesn't want to be the face of the NBA, so it's not going to be him. Although he's starting to open up a little bit more. And I think Jokic is funny. I think he could be the face if he wanted to be, but he doesn't. But somebody's got to win. You can't be the face of the NBA and lose. You got to have won some championships. So we'll see what happens. It's a great question, who's going to be the face. But I like AntMan. Average 33, 5, and 8, and 6 in the playoffs at 22. Crazy numbers. The guy's playing well. He's playing well. So he's playing well. But we'll see exactly what happens. I just believe AntMan is the next big thing. So LeBron was, and he didn't win one for a while, though. But LeBron won. LeBron won a title. He won several titles. I mean, LeBron wasn't the face of the NBA, really. He might have been the best player, but I don't think he was the face of the NBA until he won a title. Kobe Bryant was the face of the NBA. Let's not kid ourselves. Kobe Bryant was the face of the NBA. And that's fine. That doesn't mean Kobe was the best player, but he was definitely the face of the NBA. Can't be the face of the NBA and not win titles. You just can't. You can't. And I'm with you, Devin. I'm with you. But we'll see what happens. Can it be AntMan? Can he be the face? Or here's a better question for Goon Squad. Can AntMan be the face playing in Minnesota? There's a good question, man. Can AntMan be the face of the NBA while playing in Minnesota? Now that's the question. Like, okay, here he is, and he might even be the best player, but can you be I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if you can be. I don't know if you can be the face playing in Minnesota. So we'll see. Now, I don't want to be fickle and say, hey man, you can't. I think it's tough. I think it's tough to be the face. And it's all over the board. People say absolutely not. People say maybe. I got on the other side. I think so. I think he can. I don't know. I guess here's the thing. I want him to be. If it plays out that way, I'm not going to force that on anybody. And I don't think anybody should try to force it on anybody. But let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he can do it. I want him to be. I'm just not sure. That's tough being in Minnesota. That's tough, man. Trying to be the face of the NBA out of Minnesota. That's tough. Maybe if they get more game, because as good as Minnesota was this year, how many games were they even on television? That's the thing. Like, how often were they even on television? Now, granted, I know the NBA, they preset these games and all that stuff, and nobody knew that Minnesota was going to be as good as what they were this year. Nobody knew that. So they weren't on TV. But if they make a deep run in these playoffs, I think you got to force feed Minnesota into the TV games next year. So this is where the NBA's got to do a better job. Or does the NBA say, no, we don't want him? So we don't want that to be the face. We want it to be somebody from somewhere else. Very interesting. That's kind of my take. Very interesting. But where's the next guy, though, people? If we don't think that AntMan can be the face of the NBA out of Minnesota, who's the next guy? SGA? Well, that's even a smaller market in Oklahoma City. So where's the next guy? Like, where's he going? Are we saying Jalen Brunson? Because he's in New York? Is that what we're going to do? Now, look, I love Brunson. I love what he's doing for the Knicks. He's not better than these guys, though. These guys are better than him. And maybe the NBA goes to a model, well, he's not necessarily the best guy, but, we'll go that route anyway. I don't know. It's a good question. And a lot of people have said they don't think that he can be. And I got somebody saying Victor, my man George Richardson. Welcome to the show, George. Thank you for joining, man. He's saying Victor Wembanyama out of San Antonio? Can that be the face of the league in San Antonio? I don't know. So, I mean, look, San Antonio has a lot of people, but as far as a market is concerned, a media market, San Antonio's not it. So we'll see. That's a good question, man. It's a great question.